Hey, I stopped to say hey to whoever that is. Whoever that is, hello, good morning. Get up, get up, get up, get up. I hope you're refreshed. Warming up. Warm up Thursday. This may actually become my cardio session. I think we're going to go out of the warm up into cardio. So we're going to leave out of the warm up in a few seconds. And we'll be into cardio. Might as well. I came on to do the warm up, but we'll just go straight from the warm up into cardio. From the warm up into cardio. Keep moving those legs. Just keep them moving. Keep those arms moving. Keep moving. Move your body. Work your body. Make sure you don't hurt your body. So we're walking and talking with Ellie again. Ellie the Elliptical, my best friend. She's a pro. Ellie is a pro. As long as the batteries are good, Ellie's good. We know the distance, the speed, the time, calories burned, the pulse. We're good. That O2 saturation, oxygen saturation, for the one that I know will start repeating that. Increase the speed, slow it down. Increase your speed, slow it down. Work your body, work your body. Make sure you don't hurt your body. Work your body, work your body. Don't overexert your body. Move with the purpose. Move with the purpose. Move with goals in mind. Short term and long term. Move for fitness. Move for health. They say that your health is your wealth. Y'all know what we say in Lions Pride. Your health and fitness are your wealth. Don't do anything you see me do or hear me say over here. If you do, you do so at your own risk. Always consult your primary healthcare provider. Be that your doctor, your nurse practitioner, your physician's assistant, right? Specialty doctor, nutritionist, dietitian, fitness coach, weight training coach, personal trainer, whatever title they have, they're part of your healthcare team. Remember that. Keep the lines of communication open between you and them, and make sure that the lines of communication are open between the members of your healthcare team. All right. Is that Azra? Hey, Azra. What are you doing? Shouldn't you be in school? Hi, Azra. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Where you been? Always keep those lines of communication open, okay? That's your healthcare team. They're an atom. They're a cell. They form a circle around you, and you are the nucleus. You're the most important part of that team. So keep the lines of communication open. Get up and do cardiovascular aerobic activity at least 30 minutes. At least 30 minutes. Shoot for an hour a day. Shoot for an hour a day. But that being said, it depends on your fitness level. You have to start where you are. So move with the purpose. If you're a beginner, if you're just restarting after a while, maybe your purpose is just to move for 15 minutes a day extra, okay? Do something. I can't see your comment right now, Aswell. I see your name, though. My leg was, because of false medication. Really? I hope you're doing better. I hope you're better. So you have false medication. So hopefully my leg was leaking right from cause of false medication. It was weak. I got you. So hopefully you're on the right medication now. Hopefully. And hopefully you'll be better soon. Okay? Hopefully you'll be better soon. Get it straight, Azra. Make sure you get that straightened out. Professional disclaimer. Not just personalized, professional. Those of us who have licenses, registrations, and certifications, we need to give professional disclaimers, okay? So professional, personalized disclaimer. Don't do anything you see me do or hear me say. If you do, you do so at your own risk. We keep it light cardio, light weight resistance training, right? But everything depends on you and your level of fitness at that time, okay? So again, always consult your healthcare team before starting, restarting, changing, ending any workout plan, regimen, routine, or schedule that you have. Get the okay from them, and maybe you won't change it. Maybe you'll stick to the same, maybe you will, right? Maybe you won't end it. Hopefully you'll keep going. Keep moving, keep going. All right? Constant movement for 30 minutes at least. But depending on where you are, if you're a couch potato, you don't do a lot of moving around, you only do your day-to-day things, maybe 15 could be good for you. 15. So that way, if 15 is a bit much, you have at least done 10 minutes. And you can start to work your way up from there, okay? Work your way up from there. So this was supposed to be my warm-up, like 5 to 10 minutes. But we're just going to keep going until I feel like jumping off and hitting my weights. because I've got to get to my weights. Okay? Got to get to my weights. What are you saying, Azra? Type in English. Don't know how to type in English. You don't know how to type in English? You do pretty good. You do well. So I know they automatically dub, I think though. I think they automatically dub. I don't know if that's with the live. I don't know if that's with the live. So move those arms, move those legs. I'm using the bars right now to kind of ski, because this is what the elliptical does. It gives you a skiing effect. For some people, it's easier on the knees, but that's not 100% across the board, okay? Some people, that's not the case. So the general conception is, or perception is, or understanding is better for your knees. Generally speaking, it is. But as with everything, it doesn't always work that way with everybody. Sometimes it may not be what's best for your knees, depending on your fitness level, your issues, etc. You can walk and talk, that means a lot, right? But if you can't, that's okay. The most important part is the movement, not of the mouth, okay? If you can walk and talk, that is a great sign of your fitness level, especially if you can do it comfortably. Listen to yourself, because a lot of people aren't listening to themselves, okay? Listen back to the replay, okay? Listen to yourself as you're exercising. Walk and talk sounds cute, I know, right? It's the thing. But listen to yourself. It's not about the number of steps. It's about how you feel making steps, period. The number of steps are great. 10,000 we do easily, right? Some people, most people, and some information has said that 4 to 5 is good, especially for people who don't move a lot. Because most Americans get about 3,000 steps in a day doing your day-to-day activities, right? So throw in another 2 to 3,000, even another 1,000, 4, 5, 6. Then you've added some extra work in, okay? And your body will love you for it, all right? So work your body, work your body. Make sure you don't hurt your body. Work your body, work your body. Don't overexert your body. Fitness is key. Remember, moderation and modification are two important words for you to remember. Moderation and modification. Just like you eat certain things in moderation, depending on who you are, you may need to do certain exercises in moderation, okay? Sometimes you have to modify your diet, modification. Sometimes you have to modify the exercises that you're doing, modification. You may not be able to do what your neighbor does, right? Not that you won't ever be able to, but maybe you'll work up to that. And maybe you're doing a little bit much and you need to kind of calm down until you can get to that level. Stop competing or trying to compete where you don't compare. Start where you are, all right? Everybody has their own level. Some people, you'll be on the same level as them. Some you won't, right? Their level will be higher than yours or lower than yours. But start where you are. Get your preventative health care, okay? Get your preventative health care. Those numbers look great. When they get that CMP, that BMP, that complete metabolic panel, that basic metabolic panel, checking for several things, right? That blood work. Maybe it looks great. But when you go to work, do you avoid the stairs? When you go to the grocery store, do you try to get the part closest to the store? How do you feel? Okay? How do you feel? Focus on how you feel first, then focus on your steps. You want to make steps, but focus on the number of steps. That should come second to how you feel. Okay? You want to make the steps, but let the number of steps become your focus. Once you make more and more steps and you feel up to par to do that, to making it your focus. Not so you can try to be impressive on social media, or impressive to your neighbor, impressive to your classmate, impressive to your coworker, impressive to your church member. All right? Work that muscle. Your heart is a muscle, the most important muscle in your body. Right? Every important organ in your body, right? Every organ is important. The heart is the most important muscle, right? It makes sure that you get all the nutrients you need throughout your body because of the pumping of that muscle. Okay? Pumping. Pumps that blood through your circulatory system. Okay? Making sure that O2 and other nutrients get to the places that they need to get. All right? So you want to, throughout the day, inhale. You're doing that throughout the day anyway, right? You're not holding your breath, right? But take 3 times a day, 3 to 4 times out of the day, to take some deep breaths in and out. In and out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Kind of releases a little bit more stress as well, right? Get the junk out. Get the junk out. All right? Get the waste out. That inhalation and then exhalation helps to get a little bit more waste out. Let those lungs help you to get some of that waste out. Okay? I see your comments, Azrael. Let me see. It's 4:55 p.m. in Malaysia. See, you're roughly 13. Yeah, roughly like 12 hours ahead. So boom, boom, boom. Speed it up, speed it up, speed it up, speed it up. Work your body, trick your body, trick your body. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go. We don't come to play, and we don't come to fake. We keep moving. Then we want to slow it down. Slow it down. Slow it down. Just go at a moderate pace. All right? Until we're ready to cool down. So a lot of times when I go walking during the evening, people are asking how many steps do I get in. Listen, on that walk itself, it's like 10K. Sometimes maybe 8 if I walk slower, 8 plus. But you got to remember, I work out in the mornings. Those are just our walking talks. Times to get together and go live, right? Time to keep moving. Time to keep moving. Okay? So you got to add that 10 or that 8K at least to this, all right? We don't play. We don't put on. We don't try to impress. We don't try to compete where we don't compare. We just want to feel better. You feel better, you'll what? Look better. Hopefully you feel better, you look better, you should act better, all right? But that's when you have the right goals at hand. That's when you're doing things for the right reason. So whether your goal is weight loss or just to improve your fitness level, just to become fit, have your short-term goals at hand, have your long-term goals at hand, and know that sometimes you may have to adjust that. You may have to what? Modify, okay? Modify. And you can't talk about, I gained 2 or 3 pounds and you're eating cake, brownies, cheese, ice cream, whatever, every day. Because you're saying, well, I'm going to lose weight, but I'm not going to starve myself. You're not starving yourself. Actually, you're kind of overindulging, right? And we all do it sometimes. We all overindulge sometimes, right? You may not be on a particular diet. Your goal may not be to lose weight, but to maintain. Let me tell you, You either maintain, you lose, or you gain. If you maintain, then you're not trying to lose. There's a difference, right? If you maintain, you're not trying to gain, right? So if you're trying to maintain, it doesn't mean it's okay to eat sweets 3 or 4 days a week, right? And then say, well, I just want to maintain, but I want to lose 2 or 3 pounds. That's like an oxymoron. Those you're saying two different things at the same time. They clash. You either want to maintain, you want to gain, or you want to lose. Believe it or not, some people would like to gain weight, or some people would like to gain more muscle, right? More muscle mass. Okay? You can determine where you gain and tone your muscle, right? You can determine where you gain and tone muscle. You cannot determine where the fat goes away. All right? So sometimes people will lose the weight, but they'll keep the pudge, the belly pudge, or they'll keep the hips, or they'll keep the boobs, or they'll keep the arms. You know, sometimes it's about body composition, genetics, and what you're eating, okay? Get rid of the boxed stuff, the processed stuff. We can't get rid of it all. And you have to have those things for cases of emergencies like tornadoes, storms, natural disasters. You know, you got to have some. And also we use it anyway, right? Just make sure that you use it in moderation. Make sure that you're careful with it. You don't even have to put a limit on yourself and say, well, I'm only going to eat boxed foods once a week. You can do it every day, but be careful about how much it is and what it is and what it contains. Not all boxed foods and not all canned goods are bad, right? But we know that many are. So you either maintain, you lose, or you gain, right? If you're trying to lose, then you're not trying to maintain because you're trying to lose weight. Those two don't go together. That's an oxymoron. Even if you're just trying to lose 2 to 5 pounds, you're trying to lose, right? Okay. Losing is one thing, maintaining is one thing, and gaining is one thing. Let's see, what did Azra say? Come on, sis. Azra, Azra, so you're out of school. I just realized you did say it's like 4:55. 4:55 in Malaysia. Hello, Malaysia. Hello, Malaysia. Hello, Malaysia. Hello to anybody that comes through from anywhere. As long as you're good, you're good. Remember the word radar. Don't forget radar. Start with stretching. End with stretching. Don't lie about it. If you just started and you didn't stretch, it's okay. Stretch at the end because you're supposed to be stretching before and after. Before and after. And if your body needs to, stretch during your workout. Whether it's cardio or resistance training. It's okay to stretch during. But you're definitely supposed to stretch before and after. All right? Sometimes while you're working out, you'll hear those little pops, that crepitus, the little pops, the gas bubbles in your muscles, your joints. Not your muscles, but your joints. Hear those knees popping, shoulders, elbows. Stretch it out. Stretch it out before and after your workout. Stretch before. Remember, radar. R is for stretching. A is your warm-up. D is your workout. A is your cool down. And R is your stretching. Stretch before and after. Beginning and ending. And if you need to at any time during D, your workout stretched in as well. So think radar, think level, RADAR, LEVEL, okay? You want to stretch before and after. And after. So you can get by with telling us you stretched before and we didn't see you. But you're not stretching after. Before and after. All right? Make sure that you drink plenty of water. It's getting hot. Listen, we're going to talk about this responsibly. Make sure that you're getting plenty of water if you're generally healthy. If you have any health issues that may restrict the amount of water that you get, then we're not talking about you guys. You stick with your doctor's prescription or restrictions, okay? Okay? Certain issues may require that you drink a little less. So when we say and tell people, drink water, drink water, drink water, we can't single out individuals, but generally speaking, I account for those. That comes from the professional aspect. Everybody can't drink 6 to 8-ounce glasses of water per day, okay? Because they have restrictions. So for those who have restrictions, stick with your restrictions. Talk with your healthcare provider when it's really hot like this, as it starts to get hotter in the spring and the summer, and see if they can increase your intake by about 4 to 8 ounces. But talk with them first and make sure that they can, and you'll be good, okay? You'll be good. So, boom, 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 boom. Speed it up, speed it up, speed it up, speed it up. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, drop, drop, boom, drop, drop. Boom, drop, drop. Slow it down. 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 Grab those bars. Grab the bars. Grab the bars. Move those arms. If you're like me, I don't like to grab the bars. We like to dance on here. Boom, boom. We're going to get this dance in. Okay? We're going to burn some more calories. We're going to get this dance in. Swivel the hips. Swivel the hips, okay? Swivel the hips. Swivel the hips. Boom, 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 boom. Move those arms. Move those arms. Move those arms. So when I get off here, I won't have to do my cardio. I can just finish with my weight resistance exercises. Because it's been 32 minutes. And my warm-up is typically 5 minutes. So now I call my evening walks my cool down, even though they're not cool down. You know, cool down is like 2 to 3 minutes, and we walk for like an hour, right? But I just call it my cool down phase because I'm not doing anything. Usually I'm getting off work, or if I'm off work, we're just kind of settling in for the day. And we come on and we walk during the cooler part of the day. Sometimes we used to do mornings. We'd go down to afternoons and evenings, but it's too hot to do afternoons, okay? It's too hot. You want to protect the skin. Protect the skin. It's too hot, all right? So we're going to pass year over year. I pretty much stuck to the evenings, even when it got cold. So we're going to stick to those evenings. And if we do the rotation, it'll be back to mornings and evenings. Early mornings, late evenings. Early morning, late evening. None of that afternoon stuff, okay? Unless it's like a stormy day and we're getting a break from the rain and it's really cool outside. We're getting those spring showers and it's cool. Maybe then we'll do some afternoon walking. Maybe then. But instead of the 3-time rotation, we're going to go to the 2-time rotation, which is morning and afternoon. Well, late, not afternoon. It'll be, if it's afternoon, it'll be late afternoon. But pretty much evening. Usually like late evening. Because y'all know we get out there at nighttime, right? We get out there at nighttime. In the summer, it's hot. It's hot. You want to protect yourselves, okay? You can work out inside, work out on your carport, in your garage. You do it in your if you don't have a full garage and you have a carport, listen, plug up a big fan. I know most of you guys have these get-togethers during the summer, right? Plug up one of those big fans and blast it. Boom, 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 boom. 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 Remember, slow down. See, we can go fast. Just keep it going. Keep it going. Make that a part of your hit, okay? Then we can go moderately, right? Moderately. Then we can slow down. Slow down. You want to trick your body? You want to work your body. Just make sure you don't hurt your body. Trick your body. Work your body. Don't overexert your body. Move with the purpose. You're welcome over there. Move with the purpose. Figure out what your purpose is. Decide what your purpose is. Your purpose may not be mine. Mine may not be yours. It may not be the next person. Right? But just move with the purpose. Male and female over there. So we're walking and talking with Ellie. Ellie is in on the conversation today. Okay? Ellie is my best friend, my best inanimate. And as far as inanimate objects go, right? God is your best friend. God is your best friend. Humans will let you down every time. They're always scheming up to something, trying to get something. What may seem small to them could be big to the next person. But they're always up to schemes, up to something. So God is your friend. And as far as inanimate objects go, yeah. Look, a punching bag can be your best friend, right? Boom, 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 boom. Punching bag, a step machine, your bike, your elliptical, your treadmill, your walking pad, right? Playing tennis, swimming, okay? Jogging, skipping, running, hopping, marching, walking in place, just jumping up and down, jump roping, walking around your house. If you don't like to go out there in that heat or in that cold, make a little track around your house, the perimeter of your home. The inside, walk around the biggest room, okay? The room with not so much furniture, okay? That doesn't have a lot of furniture. Or walk around 2 or 3 rooms, all right? Make laps, all right? Do around the perimeter of your home, your apartment complex, or if you want to go outside and you don't want to go too far because it's too hot or it's too cold, just walk up and down your street. Walk up and down your street. Use what you have for equipment. Use what you have for equipment. Times are hard. Things cost money, right? Things cost money. I'll tell you guys, go into your kitchen. Go into your kitchen cabinets and get you some canned goods and just work on toning those arms with those canned goods. Right? Right? You got what? How does the flour come? 5-pound bag? 2-pound bag? You got 2-pound bag of flour? Lift, 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 lift. You're trying to tone. Lift, 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 lift. 3 sets. 3 sets. 12 reps per set. 12 reps per set. A total of 36 reps. All right? Lift, 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 lift. You're just starting out. 1 set is fine. Get yourself up to 2. For those who love to do it, you may do 3 or 4. All right, so you may do 36 to 48. Okay? 3 to 4 sets. 12 reps per set. You're just starting out. Maybe you need to modify. Remember, modification. You do 8 to 10 in a set, right? So if you do 8 and you do 2 sets, you've done what? 16. 3 sets, you've done 24. Maybe that's where you're good at that. Maybe your muscles are looking good. Maybe in 2 weeks or so, you see a difference. So you want to maintain that by continuing to do that. You don't have to do it maybe 4 days a week. You can probably drop to 2. But as long as you're doing it and as long as you're consistent, consistency is key. Be consistent and be persistent about being consistent. Be consistent in what you do and be persistent about being consistent, okay? So we can stop off and on now because we have done 39 minutes. Okay, so we definitely got the 5-minute warm-up in. Okay, I've got my 30 minutes of cardio, right? So all I have to do now is my weights. When I get off, I'm doing weights. So we're upper body today. And just depending on the day, I might see you guys later on this evening during our Let's Walk and Talk original. Okay, over here in Lions Pride. Over here in Lions Pride. But just move. Get up and move something. Move, move, move. Keep moving. Once you get moving, keep moving. I'm not here to motivate you. Okay? I motivate kids and young adults. I'm not here to motivate full-grown adults. But what I am here to do is to encourage you once you've made that first step. Okay? To encourage you. Now, some people will say motivation, encouragement, synonyms. They are. They're synonyms. But I feel like when you motivate somebody, you're trying to kind of push them to do that, to get that first step, right? Or you're just kind of telling them to go. You're trying to make them do this or do that. I don't like feeling like I'm making someone do particular things, because then people become obsessive and possessive of you. Okay? Okay? So I just want to encourage you to do what you're already doing. All right? So if you're already doing it, you don't really need motivation. You are motivated, right? Because you may have your set schedule. I just want to say, hey, keep going, encourage you. I don't want to motivate anybody. Motivation is a strong word. That's why they make songs with it. You don't hear songs saying encouragement. You hear songs saying motivation, though. Motivation. It's a strong word, but it's a heavy word because some people don't know how to, accept that word. It's a positive word. And our goal should be to motivate the next person. But like I said, my goal is to motivate children and young adults. Because you got full-grown 40-something-year-old men and women, 35, I'll say 35 plus, that will leech onto you. And guess what? Their motivation will become to almost be a duplicate of you. That's not what you want. That ain't what you want. And nobody should want to do that. I ain't trying to duplicate nobody. But I am trying to walk. We all can walk this way, walk your way. Okay? Walk your way. Do things your way. With everybody doing the same thing, you got to change it up. And as soon as you change it up, here somebody comes scooping and sliding in, trying to cop your little change up. It's like we're all doing the same thing. So make it a little bit different. Okay? Have some creativity. Motivate yourself. Motivate yourself. Motivate yourself. Motivate yourself. Self-motivation. Remember, we talk about certain words over here. We love the R words and we love that word self. Self is more like a prefix, right? Self-love, self-encouragement, self-determination, self-commitment, self-motivation. Motivate yourself, okay? Okay? And you may feel like, well, they're not motivating me. Well, yes, they are. If you find yourself trying to keep up with their goals, if you're keeping up with somebody else's goals, somebody else's movements, their actions, what they do, then they're motivating you. And I don't like what I've seen on this app when it comes to people being motivated by you. They become obsessive, possessive of you, of what you do. So I just want to encourage you to do your thing, what you're already doing. That'll be what gets you to your goals more effectively, okay? More effectively. If I'm taking a test, whenever I was in school, college, whatever, when I was taking a test, I wasn't taking a test to get 100 because my neighbor got 100, right? I was taking the test to pass. Now, if I didn't pass the test and everybody else passed with flying colors, which that didn't happen, but this is an example, I would have felt like, okay, what didn't I do? I need one of them to tutor me to kind of help me. That's fine, right? That's fine. I don't need the motivation because I'm in the class. I'm trying to do the work, but I need the encouragement. I need the extra push. I need the extra help. So that's why I feel like just encouraging me to open my eyes to see it a different way, showing it to me a different way. But certain things, certain classes, we all got to do it the same way. But just using that as an example, I really don't want them to, I'm not trying to make the grade that they made. I'm trying to make a passing grade. right? So if I made a 70 and two other people made 70s, 71, 72, and the other 20 people in the class made 85 and above, then I got to figure out how to get there, right? It may just be my study habits. They may have better study habits. It may be that I misunderstood something. So I have to understand the assignment, find a way to understand the assignment, get with the instructor, get with the TA, okay? Get with some of my co-students, my fellow students, right? But I'm not striving to get, I'm striving to get 100 all the time, but I'm not striving to get the 96 that Susie got or the 94 that Pamela got. I'm striving to pass. I'm striving to get an A. Sometimes we strive too hard to reach other people's goals. I'm not trying to strive and reach somebody else's goals, because when we start to do that, we start to duplicate those people, right? People don't need duplications, okay? Okay? You do that by having your kids. You do that if you have a twin brother, twin sister, okay? Even your siblings. Each of you are some type of, you're some way you're like your mom or dad, right? But just other people you don't know, why are we trying to duplicate and replicate, right? It's crazy. Crazy world, crazy world. No, crazy people. So I'm just here to encourage you to do what you're already doing. Not to motivate you to do what I'm doing or the way that I'm doing it. You do what I'm doing, but I'm not trying to motivate you to speak like me, talk like me, spit out the things that I say. Do your research. Do your research. Many of us, you got nurses, doctors, therapists, they have channels. Guess what? They have certifications, licenses, and registrations, right? They have to pass state boards, national boards to get that. Had to work their butts off, our butts off in school. So you're darn skippy. We get a little perturbed when we hear somebody trying to rearrange what we say to try and make it sound like they're not saying what we say, and we know that they copped it straight up out of our mouths. Okay, yeah. Not good. Because we even have to go and get re-educated every couple of years. Again, research changes. All right, the education changes. All right, those of us who have those degrees and things like that, certain degrees, we have to go get re-upped. All right, we'll always have that degree, but we have to go get the new education that is put out there based on the new research. Okay? Continuing education. There's something that you can Google right now that in your particular area, that may still be the standard. But by July, across the board, the standard may have changed. Maybe you can take this medicine with food. Later on, they may find out that medicine is better absorbed without food. Maybe they've been telling you to take the medicine without food. Later on, it's better to take that medicine with food. You need to coat your stomach. Okay? So that's not just with medicine, right? That's with everything when it comes to health and fitness. All right? The healthcare field, the fitness field, certain things that are okay a couple of years ago aren't okay today. Certain things that weren't okay then, they've done more research and they found in our next education class, they're telling us it's okay. We can allow that with our clients, okay? So be careful about what you're putting out. A lot of times you're putting out things that you hear other content creators say. And sometimes those content creators aren't licensed, aren't educated professionally, technically, clinically. And so you're putting out the information that you hear them putting out because you're trying to get views or you're trying to get people into your chat. And then you're saying disclaimer. You're disclaiming something so that you heard someone else say. Even when you Google it and you get it offline, make sure that it is a reputable source. The .educations, the .organizations, okay? The .govs, I'm not really pushing right now until we get a better governmental system in the United States. But there are some sources under .gov that they're still great, that haven't been tampered with, okay, by the uneducated. So make sure that you're doing your research. And there's nothing wrong with going to the library. Good old-fashioned reading. And get the latest books, okay? The latest journals, the latest health books, the latest education, because that's all we can do, right? Sometimes it changes. Again, something that you used to do, you can't do anymore. Something that you couldn't do, now maybe you can, right? And then it could always be based on, not always, but can often be based on what you do. You've gotten up, you start moving around. You're not a couch potato anymore. You're not sedentary. You're just moving. You're not just taking the kids to and from practice, getting them to and from school, going to work. You are taking 30 minutes out of each day, maybe an hour, maybe 45 minutes, maybe even 15, and you're being active nonstop. And you've improved your fitness level. You've improved aspects of your health. So maybe some things that you were trying to do before, they said, no, don't do that. Maybe you can do it now. So a lot of it depends on not only the education, all right, the research, the things that they're learning, it depends on you as well. So, but the one thing that has not changed is that movement is key. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving those legs. Keep moving those arms. Keep moving your body. All right? And do it in a way that is conducive to your fitness level. You have to start where you are. Start where you are. Start where you are. Do it in a way that is conducive to improving your health, your fitness. Again, in Lion's Pride, your health and your fitness are your wealth, right? You can be healthy as an ox when you go to get your checkup. But how do you feel when you go up 2 or 3 flights of stairs at work because the elevator is broken? Okay? All right? So you want to improve your endurance, your stamina, okay? You want to improve those things, your endurance, your stamina. You want to relieve stress. Sometimes stress will weigh you down. When it says physically, it means causing certain issues, but also just in the way that you feel. You may be perfectly fine, but if you're stressed out, maybe that's the reason you don't want to take the steps. You're just sluggish. You're mentally sluggish, okay? Release the sludge. Release the slug. You're mentally sluggish. You're mentally sluggish. So release the slug. Release the slug. Working out helps you not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. All right? And working out helps you with that prefix SELF. That self-love, self-dedication, self-motivation, self-encouragement. All right? Self-respect, self-improvement. All right? Self-worth. Helps you to value yourself. All right? Remember, those deep breaths in and out, they do wonders. They may not remove your problems, but when you're at work, and listen, this is easier said than done. Because as I got older, those things started to work for me. They still don't work all the time, okay? When I was younger, they didn't work at all. That counting to 10 mess, it's a good thing for a lot of people, but it wasn't a good thing with me. Counting to 10 just made me get madder and madder and madder. All right? Counting to 10 is supposed to kind of calm you a little bit, right? So when that doesn't work, what do? You should do something like stepping away, right? Okay? If we're right here together, me stepping away, that didn't work with me. So you have to know your flaws, right? You have to know and acknowledge. Some of us know our flaws, but we don't acknowledge our flaws, right? So you have to know and acknowledge your flaws. You have to not be afraid of asking for help if you need help with those flaws, especially if those flaws aren't safe, right? Physically or mentally. So the counting is usually one of the first things that they'll offer up in therapy. The walking away, the counting to 3. If that doesn't work, count to 5. If that doesn't work, count to 10. Well, for a lot of people, that just doesn't work. Because by the time they count to 3, they're already on 100. And then they're counting to 5, they're on 200. Some people, counting doesn't de-escalate situations for them, okay? Because a lot of times, some people are quick to get angry. So by the time they start counting, they're already on 100. So something else, you have to find something that works for you. And sometimes exercising is the key. Sometimes exercising is the key. A lot of people that exercise, they will tell you, not all, but a lot, will tell you once they started to exercise, their anger issues got a little bit better. Maybe not 100%, but they got better. Their lack of patience got better. They weren't as impatient as before. They took a little bit more mentally, right? They didn't pop off as easily. Because exercising does what? It releases stress, but it also produces those feel-good hormones, those endorphins, those good hormones, right? That make you feel good. So even when things aren't going that great, that's why you see the boxer go to just go to the gym and start boxing. He's ticked off sometimes. He's training, of course, but he'll get up 2 in the morning if something's bothering him or her, and they go to the gym, or they go. Most of them have a gym at home now. They go down to the gym and they start boxing, hitting that bag, punching that bag. But when you're at work, you're an average person. You don't have a bag to hit, right? You may not have a bag to punch. Okay, okay. So you've got to find some way to address your issue. And it may not be that you have an anger issue. You may just have a lack of patience. A lack of patience. So when you have a lack of patience, what is it? You're going to get angered probably a lot quicker. So maybe it's not that a lot angers you, but certain things anger you. So if you have a lack of patience, when those certain things happen, they trigger you, right? So exercising can help do that, because exercising releases those feel-good endorphins, those mood stabilizers, those feel-good hormones, all right? It releases those. So just remember that. Notice your flaws, whatever your flaws are. Acknowledge them. All right? And sometimes we don't want to hear what they are because other people are telling us what they are. But many times we know what they are. But there are some times when people have to tell you what they are. Because to you, it's not a flaw. It's just, you take it as that's just how you are. Just like when we're raising our kids. We'll have one that's this way and one that's another way. Maybe more like their dad, maybe more like their mom. Then you got one who's just a wild child. Just like, he's like mom, dad, and himself. He's just everywhere, right? So we just start to say that, well, that's just how they are. Or that's just how he is. That's just how she is. And that may be true. It's genetic, it's environmental. But sometimes we got to recognize when it's a little bit over the top, right? When it's a little bit over the top, or when it's not, when it can sometimes not be a good thing. So sometimes we don't recognize things as not being good things until someone brings it to our attention. But most of us don't like somebody else telling us something about us. So you do have to be mindful of that. You have to make sure that whoever is telling you is someone who cares about you, someone who loves you, someone who wouldn't steer you wrong. So when enough people who love you, who care about you, and who wouldn't steer you wrong tell you something, maybe you need to check that and say, maybe I do have that flaw. Okay? Maybe I do have that flaw. So it's been almost an hour, guys. It's been 57 minutes. Okay? 57 minutes and 45 seconds. So we're just going to rock out for another 5 minutes. And then I'm going to get to my weights. Okay? Because it's springtime, ladies and gentlemen. We want to put those arms toned. When we say bye, when we go on vacation, when we go visit family, we got these holidays coming up, right? We got these holidays coming up. We got, Memorial Day, all right? We got Mother's Day, Memorial Day, Father's Day, Juneteenth, 4th of July. Okay, we got those summer holidays coming up. And then we just got those summer vacations coming up. So when you wave and say bye, right? You don't want that arm to still be waving and you walked off 2 minutes ago, right? Right? If you can help it. So we want to get those arms toned. Get those shoulders toned. Get those legs toned. Ladies, you got a little cellulite, that's all right. Okay? If you got a little cellulite, that's all right. Because a lot of times, what do we say? It's hereditary. It's your genes. It's genetic. And your mom may have perfect legs. Your auntie may have perfect legs, but you and your sister, or you and your first cousin, you might have some cellulite. And if you got some cellulite, that's all right. Do what you can do. Okay, massage it and do what you can do to work it out a little bit. It's all right. Nobody's perfect. But you want to just be as toned as you can be. Get those muscles toned. Strengthen those muscles. The more you strengthen those muscles, the more you'll be able to do your exercises. The better you'll be able to do your exercises. The toner you are, the stronger you are, the more you'll do your cardio, right? The more you'll do. And if you don't do anything else, do your cardio. If You don't do anything else. If you say, hey, I'm not lifting no weights, I'm not a weight person, okay, I encourage at least 2 days a week. Good to do 4 days a week of resistance weight training exercises with weights. Again, if you don't have the cash, or if you just don't want to spend it, you may want to spend it on something else. Go in your kitchen, get a couple of canned goods, and just tone those arms. Tone those arms. Get you a 2.5-pound bag of flour, meal, sugar. Tone those arms. Lift, 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 lift. And you may not become Shira. You may not become much stronger, okay? Maybe you will, maybe you won't. But you will get those arms toned. They'll look nice. When you put on your spaghetti strap, okay? When you put on your strapless tops, okay? You'll look nice. And if, like I said, if you got a little cellulite, that's all right. That's all right. Nobody's perfect. You got so many procedures going on now. So when you see some people, you don't never know if they're just like that because of their genes, which is great, the best way, or if they're like that because they went and got some stuff pushed, pulled, and tugged. Pushed, pulled, and tugged. Pushed, pulled, and tugged. Pushed, pulled, and tugged. But even if they did that and they look good, guess what? They got to do something to keep that up. So, and you got some people who, they never exercise, but they love to dance. Dancing is a form of exercising, right? So if you don't like to exercise, but you like to dance, then get up and dance every day. Take you 30 minutes out of each day and just dance. Dance, dance, dance your little heart out. That will be your form of cardiovascular activity, okay? So we got to get out of here, y'all, okay? We got to get out of here. I did my warm-up with you guys later on this evening. If I'm home in time, we'll do our walk and talk in Lions Pride original. We will. But if not, you guys have a wonderful Thursday. It's Thoughtful Thursday. Think about some things that you need to do to improve, okay? Or some things that you can do to improve someone you love, to help someone else that you love to increase in some way. Make sure that your thoughts are positive. Those negative thoughts, they're going to come. Those thoughts of doubt, okay? Those thoughts of am I good enough? Or did I do this right? Or maybe you didn't do something right. So those thoughts of doubt will creep in. But try your best to have some positive thoughts. There are some situations, some people, they're thinking whatever they got going on, they don't have any positive thoughts. Pray for those people. Pray for people you don't know. Sometimes people say, well, they don't want certain people's prayers. I understand why they say that. Okay, but if you're genuine and you're sincere, you don't have to aim at any particular person. Just pray for peace. Pray for peace within other people. Okay? Especially the people that you love. But pray for peace for someone that maybe you don't know, who feel like they're just out there all alone. All right? Kind of like when you have a baby, and then when that mother's not really bonding like they should, that baby becomes listless, meaning just kind of blank stare, kind of like reaching. Even at an early stage, but there's just not really like a reach. It's just like they're missing love. They're missing that connection. So they may be grasping, just kind of listlessly, So they feel like alone. They've been used to being in the womb. Now they're out there and the mother's having issues bonding. So if they have a father or another family member that's close by, that's a great thing. But if you have a single mother who's out there having a hard time, bonding with her child, that child is kind of listless. They're not responding the way it should. They don't feel love. They don't feel cuddled. They've gotten out of that womb where they were warm. And now they're out here and they're just kind of feeling like a fish, like a new fish, just kind of flailing around because they're not getting their love. Pray for people like that. You don't have to know who it is. Like I said, a lot of people don't want you to pray for them. And I understand why, because a lot of people PREY for you, right? So if you're genuine, you don't have to know who you're praying for. Just pray for someone somewhere who needs peace to have peace, who needs their job to have a job, who needs their relationship to be better with their mother, their father, their family, their children, their significant other, their spouses, their work relationship, who needs to find a school because they want to go to school, but they don't want to go to school. They don't have the self-confidence to go to school. So just pray for those people, all right? And before you come into my replay talking about pray to who and all this kind of stuff, pray to God, okay? And if you don't, that's on you. But do whatever it is that you do to make yourself feel better. Hopefully to make other people feel better as well. So I will see you guys in the next Let's Walk and Talk in Lions Pride Original. Until then, don't let bothered people bother you. Don't let stressed people stress you out. And if you find yourself amongst people in an environment, in a lounge that's stressing you out, grab your grip and go, okay? And if they come into your lounge, your environment, your ecosystem, make them grab their grip and go. There's nothing wrong with kicking somebody out of your environment who's wreaking havoc, all right? Just like you're going to leave, like they invite you in and it's cool, it's chill. All of a sudden they start to unzip the sheep's clothing and the wolves come out. You don't like it up in there, you're going to move and you're going to leave. Grab your grip and go. GYGAG. Get up out of there. And if they're in your ecosystem, tell them to GTGAG, to grab their grip and go. Leave. Nothing wrong with asking people to leave, right? You need your space, your personal space, especially once it starts to get taken by negativity. So y'all know on that note that I wish you peace, positivity, and prosperity. Because without peace, there is chaos, there's havoc. Without positivity, there's negativity. Wherever the chaos, the havoc, and negativity live together, roam together, hold hands, lock arms, you fail to prosper to your fullest potential. We all want to prosper to our fullest potential. So you're going to encounter some negativity, but try your best to get away from it and make sure that it doesn't stop you from prospering. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Remember those R words. Relax. Relate to the things that you can. To the things that you can't, they'll resolve in time. All right? Remember who you are. Revisit some things that you used to do that you don't do anymore. Start back doing them. You just stop doing them. No particular reason. Maybe you don't have time. So remember the things that you used to do. Revisit those things now. All right? Refocus. Reset. Reinnovate yourself if you need to. Replenish your heart, mind, body, and soul. Reevaluate yourself. Reevaluate some people around you. Reevaluate certain situations. The things that you cannot change, the things that you cannot resolve, the things that you can't relate to, leave those things in the hand of God. Leave it all in the hands of God. Those things will get some resolution. You will either find that you will, at some point, those things that you can't relate to, you will start to relate to them, even if relating to them means letting them go. You know, you don't have to relate to something. Relating to something means you can identify with it. You're kind of on the same page. But sometimes the best way to relate is to not relate. Just let it go. All right. So I will see you guys on the next live. Have a wonderful, thoughtful Thursday. Bye, y'all.